Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. All right.
Three.
Where do you, what? Where do you want to start?
3.
3.
First one.
That's the very first one.
Here.
All right. State the numbers of which f is discontinuous and explain why. So let's go left to right. What's the first one? -4. Why is it discontinuous there? What's that? Right, and so you talked about 3 things that had to be true for it to be continuous. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And the main thing was that the value of the function at that point needed to equal the limit of the function, and the limit as x approaches -4 of the function is what? Oh, they don't have y values on there? Okay.
This one, f of -4 is undefined, so you can.
So that's all we need to just say,
Yeah.
since f of
If
-4.
it fills that first one.
So that's why Ben was yelling undefined that way?
Yeah.
Okay, undefined. So f of -4 is undefined, which is a fancy way of saying there's a hole in the bucket, I mean in the graph. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, how about the next one, again moving from left to right.
-2.
X equals -2, it's also discontinuous, and why is that?
Different.
Yeah, there's a break in the graph, so what's the problem there? The limit doesn't exist. Because the left and the right hand limits are different. Okay, where else? 2 for y? Samesies. 4, and then also at 4 because limit also doesn't exist there, right? Okay. So is it easy to see the points where it's discontinuous? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a pretty straightforward idea. Using calculus words to explain why is a little bit trickier, but yeah. Okay, so B, for each of the numbers stated in part A, determine whether f is continuous from the right, from the left, or neither. So B, our first one was x equals -4. Is it continuous from the right or from the left or neither? Neither. We talked about yesterday, if there's a hole there, then it's not continuous from either side. So that one is neither. I need that kid in class, there's one every year that is like looking at the answers in the back and then calling me out when I'm wrong. Somebody has to, the Jillian Whelans of the world. Mr. Aldrich, that's what they got in the back, so that could be you.
I'll
Oh, you don't look in the back? Okay. Someone's got to keep me honest here, because a lot of times I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, and then the next point of discontinuity is x equals -2. Is that continuous from the left, from the right, or neither? And what you got to ask yourself is, where is the dot?
Left. Okay.
Left.
Where's the
Okay,
dot?
so the dot connects to the piece that goes off to the left.
Goes to the
So
right.
that
There
means
goes
it
the
is
piece goes to the right.
continuous from the left.
Because that other hole.
Because the other thing has a hole in it. The piece that goes off to the right has a hole.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay? So this is not from the right. That could be you. You could tell me. You could say, hey, dummy. Okay?
Next to it, right.
Right, and then so if you look at x equals 2, that is continuous from the right, but not continuous from the left. Okay? Number 4, same thing, and then that's it. Okay? All right, what else? People that actually decided that they should try to do their homework, man.
For 4, it says state the intervals that recite the x.
Yeah, the x. Yeah.
If you, like, on there it has -4 and -2. That point at -4 is that value for it.
Right. Yep. Yeah, because there's a dot there. But if you look at 8, So you're talking about the graph on 4, right?
Correct.
Okay. So it's really kind of ticky-tack, but the difference is for number 4, that is continuous from -4 to -2. The -4 gets a square bracket because it is continuous from the right at that point. The -2 gets a round bracket because it's not continuous there. And then if you look on the very right-hand side, when you go between 6 and 8, that's round brackets both times because there's open circles both times. Okay? Does that seem right? Okay. Okay. 8. You be all right? You be okay?
I was like,
Oh, that's your brain was exploding here. All right, anything else?
Yeah, like 2 in the bracket, right?
2 to 4, the 2 gets a square bracket and the 4 gets a round bracket. Is that it?
That's why I'm putting both.
That's it?
That's why I asked.
yeah.